Hi there, I'm Steve from Yamaha. I'm Pro Music Product Specialist. I'm very proud to present the new Montage, a brand new synth launched at NAMM this year, 2016. Fantastic motion control synthesizer, okay? So out with the old, so it hasn't got a sequencer, but the way this integrates into your studio is beyond compare, it's awesome. Basically, the guts of this, it's all of the AWM sampling and sample-based sort of sounds from the motif, but about 6 times more memory than the last motif. Plus, it's got a full-on 8-operator FM synth inside as well. 8 operators, 128 note poly, and around about 88 algorithms. So an absolute beast of an FM synth to layer up as well. As you can see, it's actually got this glowing super knob on the top, okay, and that controls all the parameters at once. So you can get loads and loads of sequences going. It's got a motion control synthesizer inside, so it can control LFOs, pan, effects, depth of oscillator, all loads of different stuff, all from controlling this one knob here, which can also be put onto your expression pedal down here. Montage is going to be available in 6, 7, and Montage 8, which is going to be the full-on 88 note weighted keyboard. You've got a touch screen, you've got ribbon controllers, you've got assignable keys and function buttons, you've got your pitch and mod wheels, you've got your 8 assignable controllers here and faders. Everything's beautifully backlit, so it's really been aimed at live use as well, so you can see all the faders in their original positions. All the buttons over here are completely backlit, and you've also got an amazing feature called Live Set, okay, which is where you can put all your sounds in, and you can even change between them with foot switches. And there's something called seamless sound switching, okay? So previously, you'd press a sound, then you go to the next sound, it'd cut off in between. Now, you can just go from sound to sound to sound using the touch screen, using the keyboards, or using the foot controllers, and it's seamless, okay? There's no gaps, or there's no sort of stopping of the sounds. And that's the power, okay? You can also integrate it into your studio. So one USB lead, and it gives you a 6-in, 32-out audio interface, okay? So out of that one USB lead, it will record all your MIDI and all your audio, plug your speakers into the back of this, and it can be the hub of a studio. Benefit of that is because some of these performances are so big, I mean, you can layer up FM, you can layer up sampling, you can layer up all sorts of things going on here. You've got up to 32 insert effects running at once. You've got up to 16 parts with up to 8 arpeggiators running at the same time. So you can imagine you can have some really massive sort of film score sounds, sort of like massive synth leads, big pads, and you can record all of that straight through USB, and it will split it into each individual MIDI and audio channel. So if you've got a massive string section with like some cellos and some big brass if you hit it hard, and some timpani, maybe a synth lead or violins, you can play, and then record it all in to Cubase, Logic, Sonar, and it will split it all per track into all separate MIDI and audio. So like workflow rate increased massively. So it's really easy to use in the studio. Couple of other key features about this, because it's got an audio input. Yeah, you've got a vocoder, which is cool. You've got like multi-band vocoder, which you can use live and in the studio. But you've also got a couple of cool new features. One's an envelope follower, so you can either use the internal sounds, or you can plug an external sound source, and it will pick up the envelopes, and you can then apply to sync like LFOs or pan or something like that with an external source. And it's also can be used for sidechaining. So you can set one of the insert effects to sidechain, plug an audio input from Ableton or from a drum kit like DTX, or from your phone, from a track that's running on your iPad or iPod. Plug that in via your audio in, set your insert effect A to sidechain, set the output to effect like a compressor, press play, and whatever you play will be synced to the external audio signal. So very cool for live use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a few of my favourite patches and just play some of the sounds, okay? Okay, so the first sound there was an arpeggiator running in the left-hand side, which was sample-based, which you could open a filter with the super knob and control some of the resonance. And in the right-hand side was an FM lead, which I could use the pitch and mod wheel with, and that gives you all like the clarity and the punch of FM. So that's a good example of how the two are working together nicely. So the next patch expands on that even more. So this gives you AWM, big samples, plus when you crank up the knob here, you really get to hear like the FM sort of really cut through. So bear with it because it's a nice slow sound. Yeah, it wouldn't be Yamaha without great big piano sounds. Okay, so here we got one sampled from the CFX grand piano, which is very nice indeed. It's 14-second samples, no looping, massive amount of multiple layers. So yeah, just give it a little play. Moving on to some Rhodes. Beautiful thing about this is I can put it out of my live set and into performance mode, and I've got 5 different Rhodes sounds all set up on my scene memory here. So I've got 8 scenes which I can access at all times. I can program these scenes to do whatever I like. So if I want one scene completely dry, no effects, I can hit that. If I want to then add loads of reverb or some gates or something like that, I can hit number 2. If I want to add strings or add a pad, I can assign that to 3. So as part of my live performance, I can have lots of multiple scenes within it, so it's really good for live. So I'm in my Rhodes gallery. Back to my live set. Got whirly gallery. Same sort of idea, but I've got 5 whirlies here. Key off. Yeah, so lots of depth in all these. Back to my live set. Give you an idea of some of the arpeggiators and some of the bass sounds. Okay, so kicking off with this one here. In scene 1, no arpeggio. There's like a distorted bass sound, and on my mod wheel, I've got the a vowel effect. But then I move on through my scenes and it brings in arpeggios. Gives you an idea of some of the things that you've got going on. A bit more of a funky sound. Again, this has got an arpeggio built in the back end. Of the motion sequencer now, so you can hear it. Off, there's nothing. Turn it on. Okay, let's move to more ethereal sort of pad stuff. Again, this is a mixture of sampling and a mixture of FM as well underneath. Again, control it with the super knob here. Through my scenes and gradually build up different arps.